Hey everybody, Fiber Spider back again with Minecraft. Okay, so what are we gonna do today? I was thinking, because I've been having so much fun doing the actual building and so forth on camera, I was thinking about that little area right there. I want to make a little house. Yeah, nothing too extravagant, but a little cottage, next to my gate. We'll see what happens. So I've been doing a little bit of prep work, little bit, um, and I added these slabs here, and these wall post thingies there, just to sort of protect my garden from getting trampled on a little bit. Nothing major, nothing major. But also, I was thinking that maybe along this area here, do maybe like an arbor. That could be cool. Working our way towards our house up there. But I don't know. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be neat. You know. So I've laid the groundwork, so to speak, and now what I was thinking of doing is trying a technique called the 5 by 5 ratio building technique. And so I've got my area sort of gridded out. I used the shovel to create a path just so that I got my blocks all marked off. Now, granted, I'm working on some terraforming, gotta get that going, stuff, things and stuff. Um, but what I do need, I want to make for it's going to be sort of like an archway, like a garden trellis over some of the bits down there for that straightaway to make it a little bit more interesting. Um, Going to need some uh, fence posts. Let's see, those are birch. That's bamboo. Okay, let's go with bamboo. And how do I make the campfires? Because I want to make campfires and put them out and use those as the roof. That's the idea, you see. Let's see. Campfire. Campfire. Where is campfire? Okay. So I need coal, unprocessed wood, and sticks. Okay. So unprocessed wood. We got that. Let's use. Would this work? I don't know. It has to be actual wood. Okay, okay, that's fine. Because I've got so much bamboo, it's not even remotely funny. Um, we could use spruce, I suppose. Okay, so let's do some of these. Yeah, let's do them all. And then I would need some more sticks. I can do that. Okay, campfire. Okay, so I've got 18, so I can do a bunch. Okay, now I also want to make some fences. Yes, some bamboo fences. Okay, probably need to make more, but that's okay. Let's get another block of you. Oh, wait, do I have bamboo? Haha, okay. Okay, more fences. And maybe do some gates, perhaps? Gonna need sticks, got it. Gates. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Okay, so some bamboo fences. Now, I want it to be sort of like in the middle here, not too close to the Hoozy-Wetskis, not too close to the stairs, but sort of maybe like 3 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll start there. Okay, and then plop one there, and 1, 2, 3. Boop. 1, 2, 3. Boop. Up. And plop one there. And then we'll do one more, I think. 1, 2, 3. Boop. 1, 2, 3. Boop. Kind of want to do another one. You know what? Let's work with what we have at the moment, okay? So build that up a little bit higher. Oop. Nips. Okay, and then need one more on top of that. You know what I really need? I need, like, dirt. Dirt would make my life a lot easier. You know, I don't have scaffolding, which I know it would help, but I do not have. What is that? Is that dirt? Dirt! Awesome. Okay. Um, Also, you know, I am going to want some foliage as well. Ah, foliage. Perfect. I can do with oak leaves. Yes, that works. Okay, okay. Now, I really don't need you at the moment. I do need you. So this is my plan. I don't know if it's a good plan, but it's my plan. I'm sticking to it. Okay, bamboo fence. There. Okay, and then I want to have the campfires on top of this, I think. So 1, 2, 3, and then, yeah, on top will go the next one. I think that that's how that works. Oh, but I don't have 3 in between. Oh. It would need to be not in the stone, but on either side. Okay, okay. See, I'm learning here. I'm learning. You know, if you want to follow suit with the whole 3x3 thing, sorry, 5x5, I'm getting there. You know, in order for like more modular style builds, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it would be there, and then this one would go there. Ah, okay. Do 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 do. I never said I was a genius or proficient or efficient at anything that I do. Keep that in mind. So 1, 2, 3, boop. 1, 2, 3, boop. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so just basically moving them out and over. I am going to need a lot more of those campfires. So perhaps I should start small with just maybe 3 for now. Might behoove me. You know, go smaller, smaller scale. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, on top of there. Okay, so it is now 3 high, and then the next level would be sort of the canopy of it, the roof, with a campfire. Like that. Now, how do I put it out? Um, Water bucket? Maybe? Could be. Oh. X. Getting there. Oh. Okay, now let's see. I mean that is pretty wide. That is pretty wide, but it'll be airy, you know? It'll be airy. I mean, there's nothing worse than things being too claustrophobic, you know? All right, so let's get you. Or actually, maybe just not having it go all the way out to the edge, maybe just the center three, that could work. Oh, what happened there? Oh, and that destroyed that. Okay, well, I'm getting there. I'm learning. Okay, so we got the three in the middle, and then maybe I could do planks or something on the side there, something like that. Oh no, we'll figure it out. Okay, right now I think what would be a good idea, let's go to bed. And sleepy times. Also, do I have coal in here? Because I know I'm gonna need more, a lot more. Let's see if I can find some coal down below. Let's see. Ah, coal. Beautiful. Perfect. Okay. Now I wonder if you could turn charcoal into like regular coal. Is that even a thing? Oh, that is charcoal. Okay. Well, let's see. Can I make a bunch? Yes, I can. Very nice. Spiffy. Okay. Now I want to make, like I said, I was thinking maybe doing some bamboo planks, maybe? For the sides. It's a work in progress. You know, I just thought that maybe doing, oh, and I need water buckets, right? Right. Bucket. Very good. Gonna have to fill you. And I'm already out of space. Arr! Okay, I do not need quite so many shears and things. Okay, get you there, and you there. Good. Okay, let's get some water going on here. Okay. Now, hopefully I am correct in my assumption. I could be very much wrong. Okay, now. Okay, the alignment is still good. Very nice. All right. Do. Okay. And now let's try the water bucket trick. Well, that put one out. Okay, you know what? I need I need better access here. There we go. Ah, ah. Yeah, that's really right on my part. Okay, that works out rather nicely, I think. Yeah. Okay. Now, all right, now just gotta add more to what I currently have going on. So far, so good. You know, it's a work in progress. Oop, dang it. Or as we say in the crochet community, a whip. Work in progress. And I'm out, but that's okay. That is okay. Let me get up there. Dang it. Uh, seriously? There we go. There. It's a start. It's a healthy start. I'll take it. Shovel me this. Shovel me that. Okay. So it does let a little bit light through. It's sort of like, going to be like a shady bower kind of deal. Okay, and then plop these on the sides, I think. Now, I could very well and very easily be going about this in a convoluted manner, but I think it looks better than it did. Yeah, I like it. But yeah, I'm gonna need a lot more of the campfires. So it's a start, you know. Okay, okay. Oh, you know what? I want to have a quick munchy lunch. Okay, so this is a work in progress. Now also here I have some foliage blocks. Now I was thinking have some greenery on top, maybe hanging down the side. I think that could look rather nice. So for instance, have this, and then I could have some on top as well. Kind of random-ish, not completely uniform. Oh, that's a half block. That's why that's sticking straight up like that. Hmm. Perhaps there's something I'm missing as far as how that works. Maybe if I put campfires on top of slabs? I don't know. I'm gonna have to research this. But you get the idea. It is a start, and I will take it for what it is. It's a start. Rome was not built in a day, as I always say. So that's sort of like the bare bones of the idea of what I'm gonna do with that. Okay. Now, as far as the house that I want to do up here, also that might be a little bit too wide. You get the idea. It's a work in progress. As far as the house up here, I would like to start with some sort of foundation. Now, speaking of foundation, I need to fill in a lot of area there regarding the understructure of the house. Now, I also had an idea of doing perhaps a spiral staircase going from up there down to the ground floor here for easier access. Again, brainstorming ideas. Let's clear out some things that we do not need at the moment. Thought I had more spruce logs. Wait, are these... Those are bamboo. Thought I had spruce logs in here. Because I would like some dark wood, I think. At any rate. Let's see, let's get rid of you. And you, and you, and you, and you. I only one spruce log? What happened to them all, pray tell? Well, at any rate, since I have bamboo in abundance, is that bamboo? Yes, that is bamboo. Let's make some more, just for stuff and giggles. Now, as far as the dimensions of my house, good question. Definitely a good question. I could go to the very back edge here. Let's start with some basics. Definitely I'm going to have, something in the center, of course. We could make this of a sort of circular ilk. Don't know. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Oop, oop, dang it. Gonna be doing a lot of editing, but that's not new. Okay, so we have a basic 2x2, 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 2x2. Okay, and then maybe do the staircase in the corner? Maybe, maybe. Or maybe in this corner here, and it would just go straight down. Conceivable, conceivable. Actually, if those are gonna be my support beams, figuratively speaking, I got a better idea. Let's do some cherry wood, because it's nice and dark. It's gonna look pretty, I hope. So we're just sort of having a little bit of a chill day, working on some building. I'm experimenting, with a new technique that I saw on the YouTubes today, as far as being able to make buildings a little bit easier because it's something that I have admittedly struggled with, I will tell you that. Now, as far as the actual floor, we will use these are bamboo planks, yes. Now, the reason why the 5x5, would you mind getting out of the way? Get out of here. The 5x5 makes for easier module building. So you can make additions to your build rather easily, as long as you keep sort of like the cube idea going. Yep, that is bamboo, right? Yeah. Okay. And torches. Okay, rather dark. Need some light on the subject. There. Okay, now fill you in. There we go. Okay, and then we can do stairs or something all the way around, etc., etc. We could do a deck. That would be rather cool. Ooh, ooh, ooh. How about we do a deck on this side and on this side? That would be spiffy. I would like that. Okay. Hmm. Thinking, thinking, thinking. We shall see. Um, now let's build up the uh, the other layers. So boom, boom, boom. And then the ceiling would go on top of that block because we've got the one that we're standing on, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the fifth one would be the ceiling. So, you know what, to make this a little bit easier for me, did I get rid of my, I think I did. You know what, make it a little bit easier for myself. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I just need to add another one to that. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course, I can make alterations. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the one in the middle, I can leave, I can change, I can do whatever. Doesn't really matter. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then add another one to you. Boom. Okay. And then we can work on the ceiling, etc., etc. Now it is early days, admittedly, but we will make progress. It will happen because I've been hoarding building materials. That I have, especially bamboo, as you already know. And do. Actually, what I might do for the exterior wall, I might do some white concrete. That would be nice. Oop. Yeah, do not want to fall off the edge. Thank you. And of course, what I'm currently doing, it is subject to change, naturally. Just not a big fan of this rain going on right now. If I was in an enclosed, cozy, warm home with a fireplace going, yeah, sure, that would be lovely. But we don't have that going on for ourselves yet. Okay. It's a start. Not really a huge fan of this center pillar yet, but you know, it's early days. Um, Okay, now I've got some white concrete in here already. Well, I have the white concrete powder. It's not actually concrete. And actually, I might replace these side blocks with maybe some stone. I don't know yet. Don't know yet. But it is, like I said, it is a start. So I was thinking perhaps we'll have some white walls. And I think if you add water, that this will become actually solid. You know, I'm not very fluent or familiar with using the concrete. Apparently it acts like sand. And for now, that's fine. Except, I'm not going to be able to get out and in and so forth. Now, I think I have the water buckets. You know what? Let me have a quick bite. And see something real quick. How well does that work as far as that goes? Let's see. Dirt. Oh. Let's see. Never enough room. You know what? Let me get rid of my arrows. I really don't need them right now. I think I'm fine in that regard. Okay. Bucket, bucket, bucket. Now, in spite of the fact that it is raining right now, you know, it's not affecting what we got going on at the moment. Let's see. Why is there a piggy in my house? Huh? Why is he in there? And I need that dirt. Okay, let's experiment with the water bucket and see what happens. Does it go all the way down? Oh! Okay, so it did affect all of those blocks. That's actually rather cool. That is rather neat. Now, how difficult is it to chop those? My imagination is that it's going to be um, probably in need of a pick. So actually, I think I'm just going to make my life potentially a little bit easier and go about it this way. Sort of scooch these up and work on it again now. Yeah, oh, that's some tough stuff. Okay. All right, not a problem. So, let's just lay you out. Okay, now granted, I could be going about this, like I said, in the wrong way, but I don't like putting blocks up only for them to fall. You know, that to me is rather annoying. That's why I generally don't like working, you know, with sand or gravel as far as a building material. It's very unreliable. Okay, so white concrete. Very nice. Okay, so plop you there, and my little door can go right there. Very nice. Okay. And And then we can have walls with windows. Like there. And then we could have maybe like a door going to our deck, porch, whatever, over that way. And I'm already out. Of course I am. Gonna need a bunch more. All right, getting there. But I think that some nice white walls would make it a little cheerful, as opposed to everything being made out of wood. Oh, right. Oh, I used the wrong stuff. Of course I did. Now, if I want to have perhaps a different look, I could use concrete powder as opposed to concrete to create sort of a contrast with the appearance. Okay, so a door there. We'll have a window here. There we go. And I need more already. And yes, I'm going to need a door. Getting there. Ooh, you know what we should do? We should use some of our glazed terracotta. I think the brown would look lovely. And we are good to go. Awesome. And of course, also I can do multiple floors. That is another option that is open to us. Could do a basement. I am rather intrigued, though, about the idea of doing a spiral staircase down below that way. And I was researching that as well. And for that, I would need a bunch of slabs, which is fine. Okay, progress. Concrete. And I think on this wall, just do windows, perhaps. Okay, and then the back wall, I could have solid, actually. Or I could have these walls solid. Having windows in every wall seems kind of counterintuitive. And I need more wall material. That's not a problem. Okay, let's do it to it. Ah, ah, ah. So, really haven't made a tremendous amount of progress this episode, but, you know, we shall see. What is that over there? The heck is that? That, right there. Is that a bird? A creeper that got stuck? The heck? I'm very curious about what that green thing is. What is that? I think it is a creeper. Okay. Kind of deranged. I haven't seen that happen before like that. He got stuck. Good for him. All right. At any rate, sucks to be him. Now, if I want to, I could always fill in the windows later, make them solid walls. Really pretty inconsequential. But, you know, it's a start. Another thing I could do is perhaps make this right here the basement. So actually, you know what? I think I'm going to extend what I was doing here like that, and then build these up. Unfortunately, I'm almost out of these. Probably have more back at my home base. One, two, was that two? One, two, one, two, three, four. Okay, okay, rock on. Um, yeah, this right here could be sort of the spiral staircase down room, if you will. You know, it could also be a tower, you know. I don't know. I don't know. We're working on it. Okay. Decisions, decisions, right? Oh, and these needed to go outwards still, I think. And then white concrete. And let's make some more. Also, you know what? I can get rid of this wall altogether, right? Doesn't have to be blocked off. Yeah, that works. Okay, so that's white. I don't need white wool. White concrete. There we go. All right, now I need more. Also, I think it would be prudent to add more light. Inside and out. Because quite frankly, the very last thing that I need is something spawning in that I did not invite. Thank you, no. Oh, at least it finally stopped raining, thank God. Okay, let's get this going. Really didn't think before I acted as far as the concrete goes, but you know, you live, you learn. Okay, do I have another pick? I do, good. At least I'm somewhat prepared. Did I just hear an arrow? Could have sworn I heard a scaly arrow. Okie dokie. Getting there. Oh no, that's the powder. What? What did I do? Okay. There we go. Do. Actually, I think I would like that open. Oh, whoa. Nebs. Hmm. Don't know. I'm still in the debating stage phase thing, if you will. But, you know, we'll get there. And then we can do the roof with these bamboo planks. Now, I want to check something out real quick from the exterior. Okay, so we didn't do anything like that. We could do some more of the cherry, but going along horizontally. I don't know. Again, still early days. Also, I'm thinking maybe we could do planks for the little patio deck area, maybe. Tricksy, tricksy. And then maybe some stone? Don't know yet. Well, it's kind of cute so far. I mean, the dimensions, I rather like how those work out, you know? I mean, it looks like it belongs within the game, um, as opposed to something like really weird and abstract. Now, let's see, get you there. Axe, thank you. And let's see, so yeah, stairs they go in the middle there. Actually, gonna have to do this all the way around. Okay, and shovel. Do I have another one? I do not. All right, I'm gonna need another shovel, and I'm gonna need a whole bunch of slabs and torches. Do I have another one? I'll get a fresh one. Very good. Uh, let's make some more slabs. Bamboo slabs. Got torches. Okay, okay. Now, out of curiosity, what is the level that we are getting down to? So approximately here. So about 95. Okay. and we are currently at 105. So about 10 down-ish. Okay. Well, you know what? That is something that we're going to work on in the next episode. But it's slow progress, but it's progress. I didn't have any of this up already. You know, we're getting there. All right. So as always, guys, want to thank you for watching. Hope you're enjoying. You have a fabulous day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.